Hey guys, this is UC from iTradePrice. Welcome to the weekly episode of the charts that we follow and trade. So let's get started. Here is a chart of Amazon in the weekly time frame. You can see we clearly broke the uptrend line since the one that has been in place since March, and now it looks like it just gave us this inverted hammer bar in a weekly time frame, which in itself is a bearish bar, right? Because you had buyers take it all the way back up towards 33.50, which is also a back test of this broken trend line, but then sellers took control and just dumped it all back. So we're right above the monthly close actually of 30.73 right here. So if that gets taken out, there could be a lot of stops waiting right underneath that could trigger further selling and take it all the way back towards 29.20 level, which has been a very big support in the past, right? So you never know if we go touch that. It just very well could be with the momentum that is going on right now. Okay, so that's one thing. And now let us go into the daily time frame just to analyze it a little bit further. Let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, so what's going on here? So here's the broken trend line. Buyers tried to take it back up a little bit, but looks like we're just in this sort of a what do you call a bear flag that did kind of got broken down, and we're just kind of sitting right on the monthly support level. So we broke the trend line, sort of a bear flag right here, right? And so that's kind of concerning that we did close below the flag right here. And one more thing is that these are two bearish trend bars. So bearish trend bars mean that where sellers the price opens up here at the top, buyers come in, take the price up, but then sellers push the price back down and then kind of closes right towards the low end of the day. So that shows that sellers are in control, and that's what happened right here Thursday. That's what happened Friday. So no whatsoever recovery of the price. Now we're sitting right here at this monthly support of 30.73. So let's see if we kind of gap down or we kind of try to move back up a little bit. But then again, right now I won't be playing too aggressive on the long side until or unless we see some nice bullish action right here, or aggressively price starts to push towards 32.51, which was the resistance right here. It acted as support right here, and then we just kind of flushed the price and just kind of broke that level here in a very bad way. And now that has been acting as in a lower time frame as a frame. Here is that breakdown, and again just a little bounce towards the end of the day Friday. Nothing too super, nothing too exciting. So unless or until we start pushing back above 32.51, which is kind of this level right here, and eventually back above 33.50, this 33.80, which was the breakdown area, not much. I mean, we can still see the price come back up a little bit right here, but then again, it's not really it's just a sort of a dead cat bounce or whatever you want to call it, but I think which we already have gotten here on Wednesday. So the momentum is still back down. So 30.73, let's see how it handles this area, monthly support, or if we just kind of break down below that. Okay, now let's move on to everyone's favorite name, Apple. Here's the weekly chart. Again, very similar to Amazon, right? We have this inverted sort of a hammer bar which closed at the 9 SMA here on the weekly time frame. So again, that doesn't tell us much, but it's just that it's just a pause here right now. So the market will decide if it wants to give us a bullish week next week, or it gives us a continuation of this move down. So again, very similar pattern here as well. Move down, sort of bear flag and then just kind of close towards the low end of this thing. You know, this looks like it wants to go down. We are very comfortably, actually, let me do one thing. Let me add, there you go. No, I don't want to delete it. What I want to do is load it up. Okay, so much better. So what I did is I chose the 20 and the 50 SMA. It's just, you know, kind of gives you a little bit more view of that. So yeah, we are sitting right above 50 SMA. We can kind of gap down, touch that, and that could be a nice little, you know, from risk and reward perspective. Why? Because here is your monthly support right here, 107.9. Here's your 50 SMA. So yeah, I mean, if that, and then there's this little gap right here. So we can just kind of play that if we see a move down. And if you see a little bit of flush, that should be okay as well, because we have this nice trend line all the way. So multiple things can work for buyers here from risk and reward perspective, and we can see a nice little bounce. Okay, anything below that, below trend line, this 100 is the psychological sort of a number that a lot of people can go long against, because it's just, you know, that kind of a number. $100 a share for Apple, probably everybody wants to get that. So we'll see how it trades, how it does that, but you get the picture, right? That the momentum is down. We'll see if we kind of get this price where I would like to kind of get long and just kind of play that bounce. Okay, all right, let's go take a look at Microsoft. Have not been trading that name a lot. It's just been sort of boring, I would say. Weekly chart, again, right above 20 SMA here. Monthly support is right below that. So, we got multiple touch points here. So even if you want to just, there are better charts to trade, I think, than Microsoft. But hey, if you trade this, you trade this. There's multiple touch points right here, which is monthly support. So that coincides with that very nicely. Let's go into daily. We are below the 50 SMA, and again, similar sort of, you know, long trend bars, bearish trend bars that kind of dominate this recent price action. So that tells you that the sellers were pretty aggressive. Those are not very small, you know, red bars. Those are pretty long bearish trend bars, right? You know, that push the price down, and we're just kind of, we just have not seen any follow through to the upside if we get any green day, which we did here in the middle of the past week, but didn't really hold, so it fell down. And now we are approaching monthly support fast around 197 level. Anything below that is 193. Okay, so you can kind of look for that number. Netflix has been on my radar a lot lately. I've been playing that name as well. Key support around 466. That's a monthly support level with multiple touch points here as well, which is nice. One thing to note is that, I mean, it's just kind of held the recent sell-off, you know, decent. You don't see big bearish trend bar like this. In fact, it just kind of closed towards the low end of its congestion zone that was here in the prior weeks here, with the low end around 466. So yeah, we could go and touch that a little bit, but let's dig into daily time frame. And what you can see is that the moving averages, I mean, it's just something to observe, that every time the price comes toward 50 SMA, which is this green line right here, the price never closes below that, right? Came here, never closed below, right here, touched that. The only time it closed below was right here, but it never got a follow through. In fact, the next day it just kind of bounced back up, and since then it's just been going up. However, we have 2 days of price closure below the 50 SMA now here in the recent history. So that is something just a little bit concerning, and we can see that we are again approaching the monthly support level pretty fast, which happens to be right here, right here, right here, that support. So let's see if it touches that. That could be a nice kind of a, one touch bounce play just to, towards 476 maybe, or even higher. But you get the idea that if you get that price, just, play that. That could be a nice one. And anything below that, 453 is next, and followed by 439. I don't think that we're going to get there that quick. If we keep moving down, I think we will see a little bit of bounce here at the monthly support level. Okay, so I'm looking for that kind of a play if we get that. Okay, however, it can also be that you just kind of get a bullish bar right here, just kind of reversal. So again, you can be aggressive in buying this, because let's see how we get that price action on early next week, and then kind of time it that way. Okay, let us move on to BA. It's been a good name recently, kind of held up nicely recently as well when the tech has been selling off. So we're in this sort of a nice sideways sort of a price action here, and the last time we traded here around this area, we got this bullish piercing action right here, and let's see if we get some sort of a bullish week here to show us some sort of a short-term reversal. That could be nice, because we're getting very close to the monthly support level of 153.40. So I'd be interested, and I would be actually a buyer of that if we get there at all. But drilling down to the daily time frame, here is that channel right now, and you can see again. Sorry, let me pick the right tool here. The last time we traded here, we got this nice bullish price action, right, from this prior support area, and we have been getting that right here since the past 3 days, and it's sort of a deceleration pattern, right, where the downward move of the price has been sort of a decelerating, right? It's just not going down fast enough. So again, and then on Friday we got this nice little green bar. Couldn't really take the highs above 163, but again, we did not sell off. So it will be interesting to see if we get some sort of confirmation and a little move back to the upside, or if we kind of just move back down, touch this monthly support level, resolve the price here, and then move back up, or we just go all the way down and then just kind of touch this trend line right here, and then we make the move up. So whatever it is, we'll find out. There could be multiple scenarios, so just kind of plan accordingly. Hey, if we get the price move back up, get up where the prices holds this level, and we get a bullish action here, sure, we'll play that. If we get the price to open low, close back up, because this is a monthly support, sure, that means it's some sort of a reversal, nice looking bullish action, we'll play that. Or if we just fall through it and crack through the monthly support as well, then definitely I think we don't have much structure here, so it can kind of test that channel low, which happens to be also a weekly support around 144. So just kind of plan accordingly, and then just execute the order as that plan plays out. Okay, so let's look at one more, ROKU. Here's the weekly chart. ROKU held very nicely recently. Again, weekly chart shows a nice little pause to the uptrend, but nothing, no damage whatsoever to the price action. Still okay here. Nothing broken. Yeah, we have a top wick, but again, we don't really have a lower low, so nothing wrong here. In the daily time frame, yeah, I mean, just dominated by some bearish price action in the last few sessions, but holding the 50 SMA right here, which is good, right? Holding the 50 SMA, holding the 50 SMA right here. So that's all right for right now. Yes, I mean, we did see a red bar because the market was, kind of weak that day. But again, it's on a low volume, this move down. So that is somewhat, refreshing for bulls, I think. So that's good. And again, if we are to fall down, I think we can quickly get back up because we have this lot of congestion here. So that congestion can become congestion support right here, or even if we see a little bit of flush, this trend line is still intact and can give us a little hammer bar. So again, more chances of ROKU holding this level for right now. So I'll be looking for some sort of a reversal bar, bullish bar to play the upside, because it just looks like it's not that weak. But if it gives up, sure, I mean, we'll kind of consider the price action after that. But for right now, I'm just leaning more bullish in this name. So that is one way of looking at it. And last but not least, let's look at Tesla. Weekly time frame shows nice price action, and you can see it held the prior resistance area, which was right here, because every time the price would come here, it will just kind of bang against this price and fall back, unless we got this nice little breakout from this bar right here. And now this prior week we held that support level, so that was good. And now let's see if we kind of build on to this further and start making its move back up, or we just move sideways to slightly down. But whatever it is, if we move down, the next big support is right here, 273. Big support, multiple touch points, and the monthly support of 273 level as well. So again, this Tesla, it can get there pretty fast if it decides to do that. But that's a good level to be long against, because probably this 20 SMA in the weekly time frame will also catch up if we are to get there. Okay, let's get in the daily time frame for Tesla. Yeah, I mean, looks nice. It's holding this 360 level so far since the past 2 days, which is right here. Couldn't really make a higher high, so that was a little disappointment, but it held the 360 level after making the bounce from 50 SMA in daily time frame. So not bad, nice little bounce from all the way down. Nice little bounce. Let's see what it does right here, or if it wants to go back up right here, or if it just kind of falls back, makes a double bottom and then go back up, or just breaks that and decides to take a dump. But we'll see. So I, however, don't really trade on the higher time frame. I just get some clues from this, the higher time frame when I'm trading Tesla. I trade Tesla mostly on the lower time frame, which is 2 minute, because if you look at it, let me show you the past 3 days. I trade a lot, this name a lot, because it just gives me good read from this little channels that I like to trade off of. So there's a 2 minute chart. I like to trade off of these channels a lot. I'll kind of get into puts at the channel top. I'll get at the calls in the channel bottom. Sometimes I'll get caught. I'll have to average down. But overall, it's been very nice. Giving me good read, good consistent, sort of orderly price action. So that's nice. And if I show you, you can see, if I open my show trades, you can see a lot of trades here, especially in the morning time. And then as the day progresses, I just leave it, because otherwise there's no end to this madness. But again, I trade this name a lot, again, both in options and stock wise as well. So if you're in that kind of a trading, this can really help you. It gives good clean channels, just for scalping, if you are into that. Okay, hope you guys like this little video, and if you have any questions, please reach out. Don't hesitate. Okay, thank you everyone, and have a good rest of your week.